Hi, good afternoon. Well, I've got a feeling that little Sprout here is going to start barking at any moment because he's got a huge exception to the guy across the road visiting his own car. So it's either that or the postman will come very shortly and interrupt us anyway. Well, first and foremost, my news is that I've bought a craft light. I don't know whether you can see it, but it's absolutely brilliant. Why I have never, well, telling a lie when I say I've never bought one before. I have bought one before, but it was one that stood on the table. And it was very rocky. It just opened up like that. Well, if it didn't fall over, I couldn't get it in the right position. Sorry about this crinkling, that's Buster. I have to cover things in plastic because, you know, he's got this unfortunate problem. But unfortunately, when he's on the move, he starts crinkling, crinkling, crinkling. Just sit down, will you please, darling? Thank you. Yes, so everything gets covered in plastic, and then I put the his fleecy sheets and that over the top. I'm trying to, probably a bit late in the day, but I'm trying to save the bit of furniture I've got left. Anyway, as I was saying, I've had this opened up tabletop, and I don't know whether I got it in the wrong position or it's either shining in my eyes or it was, you know, my peripheral vision really irritating me. Anyway, this one is brilliant. The only thing I would say was I wish it would go downwards a bit more, you know, so it would be more to my knees, you know. You can shine it down like that and you can bring it around, but I don't know why. I would just like it to go downwards a little bit more, but I'm just being picky. And it was a bit of a demon to put together, so I'm not going to advertise it because I had a one. Luckily, I'd read all the reviews on it and people had said it was great once you got it together. It was one of those that the screws were not very well defined where you screw the top bit to the bottom bit, and they were saying it's a devil to not to cross screw it, and if you cross screw it kind of thing, you can't get it apart again. Anyway, I did manage to, with about 5-6 attempts and the aid of a little bit of Vaseline, well actually it was lip salve, but it was made by Vaseline, to get it together and screw it together on the right thread, which apparently is huge, mega important. And then when it come to threading the bottom bit in, you know, oh, I had a job to push the wires in. So I'm afraid I'm not going to give them the benefit of any advertising. Although it's, you know, it's good. All I would say to you, if you're going to buy one, is go on Amazon or whatever and read everybody's reviews. You know, they tell it like it is on Amazon, you know. They say it's hard to put together. I mean, this one did say there was good reviews apart from putting it together. So I decided that I would take a chance and, you know, being a bit big-headed, I'll get mine together. Be all fine. But it must have took me nearly all of yesterday afternoon to get it together. What should have been a simple job turned out to be really. The screw threads are so fine, they're not very defined, you know, like a proper screw. So it's so easy to cross thread it, which I did a few times before I managed to get it apart again and redo it again. Then I finally got it together again and then found I should have threaded the wires through first. I think it's called read the instructions, isn't it? Anyway, I'll just have a quick sip and then I'll show you what I've been doing. So Ephraim, if you're watching, I can now do your black shawl. I can't do it at the moment because little one here is shedding, and I don't think you want me to crochet all his hair in with what I've been doing. Well, I think I told you that I'd finished this lemon and cream off. It's turned out quite well. It was in the washer, I think, when I spoke to you last time. I think the button's a bit overwhelming, but it's a statement button. I just thought it looked rather nice because it's only got the one on it. And it was crocheted in, it's quite heavy actually, quite a heavy garment. It's crocheted in Peyton's, where have we got? I saved all the labels. And it's a mixture of cottons and rayons and whatever have you got. It's called Peyton's Morocco. And it's 44% cotton and 28 polyester, 22% polyamide. I think that's the shiny bit in it. And then it's whatever, the rest of it's acrylic anyway. And it has got little bits of shiny in it and bits of cotton in it. It's very hard to tell when I'm showing it to you over the camera. But the cream bits are sort of plain cream bits, but shiny cream bits as well. And the lemon, or goldy lemon, whatever colour it is, seems to be the cottony bit, because it feels a bit, not rougher, but you know, you can tell the different feel to the silky bit, yeah. But it's quite a heavy garment actually, so if anybody's buying it that's going to the States, I'm afraid it's going to be a little bit for the postage, because it's quite heavy. What else have I got? Well, I ordered a blue from Ice. You know, I said it was really good and I only had ordered one colour. Well, I sort of wish I'd ordered two, because when this came, it's actually more of a denim blue. I mean, it's a very pretty blue, so I'm not sure if the customer will like it. So I went back and to order the pale blue, and of course, typical Ice, this yarn seems to be like kind of a one-off or whatever, special buy, whatever you want to call it. It's the one that I did the pink cardigan in, and the one that I ordered, I think you saw it last week when I was with Sue. I showed you the cream and the lemon and the sort of a lilac-y colour that had turned out to be blue. And of course the pale blues had all gone. So I've ordered another pale blue, but it's not in this shiny yarn, so I'll see which one my customer wants. I mean, I quite like this blue, I think it's lovely. But whether it's what she had in mind, I don't know. As we say, it's back to the old problem, isn't it? What colour you order isn't always what you get. Oh, that's the pattern for, I think I've shown you about 3 times now. It's King Cole 3654 that I used for the lemon and cream jacket. Oh, there's the postman, so stand by for the Barkfest. What else am I doing? I'm doing my knitting, only for the baby. I only knit for the baby, little baby Abby. It's knitting up quite well. I think I mentioned that last time I spoke to you. Considering it's the really pound stretcher wool. It was 3 for 2, and it was only £1 a ball anyway. And it's absolutely lovely for the price. And that's what I'm knitting it. It's a new pattern, Serdar 1933, so you should be able to still get a copy of that if you're into knitting. It's got the short sleeve version and the long sleeve version. I think actually I'll do the long sleeve version, because in the UK, if it's cold enough for a cardigan, it's cold enough for long sleeves, if you know what I mean. Right, what else have I got? Oh, I meant to show you these ages ago when Rose sent them to me. You know Rosita in the Philippines? And I put them in a safe place and I couldn't find them. And she asked me the other day if I got them, and I said, yeah. I said, I put them in such a safe place, I can't find them. She sent me, it's a little, there is no such thing as an ordinary kindness. I think it's a bookmark. It's got little ribbons attached to it. She sent me a postcard of the Philippines. It's just, these are some views of Manila she's put. And then she sent me a card. She said, if people say, why are you wearing a scarf on your head, you say it's because you're a pirate. And some little words, nice little words inside, which I'm not going to read because it's a private one. And then she also sent me a little bear. It's a little motif, you know, that you stitch onto something. Very sweet. And then she did me some of her homemade artwork. She's very good at artwork. She does a lot of artwork. I presume that they're balls of wool. I hope I'm right, Rose, if you're watching. And she's put happy crocheting. It's very cute, very nice. I love things that are handmade. I used to love it when my great-grandchildren used to make me things. Sadly, I didn't keep most of the things my son made me. I don't know why you don't appreciate them when they're your own children, do you? And then she's put on there, thank you for the gift of friendship. Thank you for the inspiration, encouragement, companionship and conversations. Love, Rose, yeah? And she's got a little picture inside saying, with flowers on it. She's very artistic, isn't she? Not only in her crochet, if you don't watch her videos, you really should do. I mean, encourage her, because she's only a young lass. So, I'll put the link to her videos in my little box afterwards, yeah. And then my biggest thing that I've been doing is sorry, I have to have another sip. I've been watching out for, I like Jenny King designs, her crocheting design. She's an Australian lady. And I'm sure she won't mind me saying she's like a fluffy size like I am. I've been waiting for her. She's not done a pattern per se. You can't buy the pattern. You can buy a video, or which I think is really cute. You can buy a little flash drive in the shape of a crochet hook, which will have your pattern on it, yeah? The patterns on it, and you put them in. And it's basically variations all of granny stitches. This is the cardigan I've made for myself. I just did it in the cheaper yarn, you know, when I tried out the pattern. Very quick, very easy to do. She makes them all on the same sort of principle. It's like a granny square, but I'd say granny rectangle, you know. And you use the sides of the rectangle, you know, as you like raglan sleeve bit, yeah, that you can see or not. It's like your raglans. Now I'm glad I did this in cheap wool because I kind of overestimated my size a bit. So I increased it a little bit too much because as you, sorry Buster, as you increase down, you're making the size of your arm. And like she says, you only need 2 measurements, I think she said. You need your bust measurements and you need the measurement to the top of your arm. Well, I did all those measurements, but I think I went a bit crazy. I've got this thing I don't like, things too tight. So I think I went a bit too crazy and I think I made this bit too deep. You know, because it does stretch down and I always forget to allow for that. So I finished up with the top of my sleeve being a bit too wide. So I had to sort of do a bit of decreasing and put a bit of an edging on to make a bit of a cuff. Where next time I'll know. But like, this is the way the cardigan, but if you were doing a sweater, you would do it like that. And on the same video, she's also done, everything has to have like a cap sleeve because of the way it's designed. You can't have it sleeveless, obviously. So you could have a cap sleeve cardigan, you can have a cap sleeve sweater, you can have a long sleeve sweater. And she's also done it into a shrug. And she's done it in a V-necked cardigan. And there's all kinds of varieties because on the one that she's wearing on the video, she's actually stopped, you know, like just under the armpits and changed it into a pineapple stitch design at the bottom. So it's not a cheap video to buy, I will say that. But having said that, I think it's got huge possibilities, you know, for me in the future to, obviously I like to alter, design, change. You know me, wouldn't be me if I made things to the pattern. So I kind of made this one to the pattern, but I will do some amendments because obviously I don't need my sleeves as wide as this has turned out, but I might need it as deep as this has turned out. So I'm going to have to work out how to do maybe a couple of rounds without doing the corners, you know. Don't know quite how I'll work it out, but I'm sure I will work it out. Or maybe I could start off with, I think you have 4, is it 4? 4 for your top of your sleeve. Maybe if I could work it in and do 3 to start off the top of my sleeve. See how it works out. I think though you need an even number, you know, from the way that the increasings go. Watch this space, I shall have to have a little fiddle. Well, I've got things to do, but of course then I suddenly remembered it's my niece's birthdays. Both of them inconveniently, the day after each other, 2nd of April, 3rd of April. So I was going to try and do the, you know, the red cardigan for my niece that's been hanging on for 2 years. I mean, she has said at the end now, she said, just unravel what you've done. Just do me something, just do something. So that leaves me a bit more wide open because I absolutely hated the pattern I was doing. This is why I don't like working on many things at once. I know lots of you like loads and loads of projects. Excuse me, froggy throat. The beaker says I'm usually gorgeous, but today's my day off, yeah? Which is quite apt for me today because I do feel a little bit scruffy, but never mind. I just wish I could get rid of this frog. What was I saying now? Oh yeah, my niece has given me carte blanche to do something else really with the wool. So oh yeah, I was saying about if people have lots and lots of projects, they like to pick them up and put them down. I don't. I usually have one knitting on the go, which is like my little baby thing, and one crochet on the go. So I've finished off my crocheting at the moment. I'm going to start Ephraim's black shawl. Once little Gigi and his shredding. His shedding goes home. Because I wear a white apron, you know, if I'm doing for other people, because I'm very conscious of the fact I've got pets and people don't want pet hair crocheting into the, you know, the garments. So I usually brush myself down all over before I start, brush the chair down, and then I wear a white cotton apron just to make sure, well, try my best not to get dog hair on things. It's virtually impossible, but I do my best. Oh, what else? Oh yeah, I haven't put buttons on this little blue cardigan of mine yet because I'm waiting for the other set of buttons to come before I make my mind up. I got these and then I thought they're a bit limiting, you know, to wear other colours with the blue. So I changed my mind and I ordered these blue, which at the moment are favourite to go on it, because I know they're a bit boring, but they're favourite to go on it because then I can wear the blue with other colours, can't I? But I've also got ordered some blue, and they've got like a white flower on them. But when they turn up, as you know, you don't know whether the colour of blue that you're seeing on the screen is going to be the colour of blue of you. Because that's quite a lilac-y blue, this actually. It may not look it on the video, but it's quite a lilac-y. I think it probably looks more denim to you, but... Because when I saw it in the electric light in the shop, I actually thought I'd bought lilac. It was only when I said something about, you know, lilac or mauve. And my niece said, it's blue. What are you talking about? It's not lilac, it's blue. But I call that blue with a touch of the lilac, yeah. So, I mean, like you can tell it's, oops. That to me is denim blue. You can see the difference if I put them together. That's a denim blue to me, or a pale denim blue. So, anyway, oh, just one more thing. When I was searching for Rosie's, the things I'd put away for Rose, I found my... When I used to go to craft shows, I used to take these with me. And they were like a little portfolio of what I'd done in the past. Yeah? I mean, that sold right away, that one. Absolutely sold it. So I've got those, and I actually found... Ephraim, if you're watching, that was when I made the shawl in like a plum colour for a friend. It's absolutely fantastic shawl when it's done. It's the Blue Curacao by Doris Chan. That is one of my, that has been everywhere with me, all around the world with me, that one. And those are two more. That one is Sweet Pea from the Stitch and Bitch book, and that one again is the Blue Curacao shawl. And that's my favourite one I was wearing the other week, the blue one I made out of all bits and pieces. Buster, will you sit still please, darling? And that's another one I made for a friend who's into purples. That one I still have somewhere, it's all chenilles. Sue the Enabler gave me the wool. Oh, I must have liked doing the Blue Curacao, because there's another one. And that's another, just a plainer one. I was really into doing shawls, I'll have to start again. Oh, that's my waistcoat. Sort of very boho-y. That's another one from Doris Chan. That's the May May. And that's the one that everybody seems to like, the one I wear. That's another Doris Chan. That's, oh, just shush. It'll come to me in a minute, I can't think of its name. That one's another one that's out of the Stitch and Bitch book. It's short and sweet. And, oh, those are two cardigans again. Doris Chan, I must have had a Doris Chan mood on me when I was making all of these. Oh, those are the ones I make. When I said to you my shawl was getting tatty in purples. That's again another Doris Chan. It's a free pattern, it's got the all shawl. But I make mine in different colours, as you can see. And they're usually very popular. Well, there's me, wearing one of my shawls wrapped around my neck. Oh, those are hats. They were from a different book. Oh, I can't think of her name. She's got an African name and I can't remember it. And that was in one of the crochet. Was it Crochet or Simply Crochet? The one that went out of business anyway. That was out of that book. That one, guess what? It's another Doris Chan. It's called Sweet Lorraine. You can make it as a scarf. You can make it as a bedspread. You can make it as everything. And that's her bag. That's called San Francisco. Patterns available on Etsy. That one there is a baby thing that I made up, and it's not the baby on the table, by the way, it's a doll. I wouldn't leave a baby unguarded on a table. 2 more cram blankets that I made. Buster, will you sit still, please? People don't want to hear you crinkling. That's just a hat I made. And the other book was all the baby things, which I think you've seen a lot of them. I mean, one of my favourite patterns is that one. I actually made it for his son, so that's how all the pattern is. But I love it in the dark colours. And as I say, that dress, it shows it in the light and the dark. That one didn't last 2 minutes, it was sold right away. I might make some more of those actually. And I love these little sets, you know, with the pants. I just wish I could sell more baby things, but I can't. That's another one I made. That's my dolly wearing her pink. Another 2. That's another favourite pattern that I made for my son. That's another vintage pattern. And that one. That one is a pattern by Just Crochet. She's called Heather. As is that one. And I think that one, although I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. Yeah, that's one of Just Crochet's patterns that I added the teddy bear. Still got that one, it's on the Etsy page. And that's a set I made for a baby. I made a shawl and a little jacket and a hat, and I put I put a crocheted teddy bear on the shawl, and I put tiny little teddy bears. Amy, you were asking about some little motifs that somebody had sent you with butterflies. Well, they were the same. They were little teddy bears, and they were on in a row, and I just cut them singly and sewed them on. They're nice for a newborn baby. 2 more of my baby jackets. I think that's a Shefios pattern. Can't really remember, but I think it might be. I just love my babies. And that's a Peyton's pattern, as you can see. That's the baby It's Cold Outside, but I have to customise it by putting little flowers on it, because that's sort of my, well, it used to be my trademark with my baby stuff. That one is another Just Crochet pattern, and that one is, I think that's Baby It's Cold Outside, is it? Oh no, it's one of the, just a basic pattern, with again my trademark flowers on. I do hope you can see these, it's not, the light's not jazzing you. That's a pattern by Kay's Crochet, and that's another basic one, but I put fabric balloons on that one. That one is another of the Kay's baby patterns. That one's another one of mine, just basic. That one was a Hayfield pattern in Aran Crochet. And that one was a very, very old Sturdar pattern. Again, one that I made for my son. I know he was a boy, but in those days we didn't mind them wearing matinee jackets. Again, I don't know whether you can see I've got my trademark flowers on them. Oops. I seem to put flowers on everything I make for a baby. That one I liked. That one did sell. That one was bluey. And then that one I just trying to think whose pattern that one is. I think that might be a Case pattern. And then the last one is, I think that's Mon Petit Violon. She passed patterns on Etsy. I made the 2 little baby patterns, again with the flowers. Wouldn't be me if it wasn't the flowers. Anyway, I was quite pleased to see those because, I mean, they're mostly gone. They were things that I did in the past, and I used to have them on my stall when I had the craft, just to show what I could achieve, really. What I could do, what I could make. Yeah. It amazes me sometimes about all the things I've made in the past and forgotten all about. I don't know whether you're the same or not. Because I used to always, when I was working, I had more money and I used to give things away left, right and centre. Things are a bit tighter now, so I have to be a bit more careful. Anyway, I think that's it. Sue is supposed to be coming this week. We've still got Thursday, Friday left, haven't we? So I've just been shopping online because I didn't want to go out in the rain to get me groceries. And of course it's just cost me twice as much as it would have done if I'd have gone myself. That's why I try to stay away from ordering online. Too much money, too much money. Anyway, that's enough about me. This weekend I'm doggy minding, not Titchy Poo here. I'm doggy minding the next door's dog, so it should be fun. It's a good job I love dogs, isn't it? And it's a good job that Buster's very tolerant and he doesn't bother. He has a little grouch every now and again, but he's very tolerant. He doesn't bother too much about anybody coming in. Humans, yes. And a human wearing a hat, oh dear me, no. Doesn't like anybody coming in wearing a hat. And even the dog walker, who he knows very well, she came the other day with a hat on and he was growling at her. She had to take her hat off before he recognised who it was. You're a silly boy, aren't you? Just in case you're wondering where he is, he's there. Say hello to the people. Say hello. No, he's not. And Titchy Poo's over here, aren't you? That's Gigi, as he's known. He gets any name, especially when he's under my feet. How I've never trodden on him is a miracle.